Live. We live it? I did. It says not yet. There we go. Hello. Hello. We are live. We are live. Hello. Hey, everybody. It's Thursday, July. Y'all, it is the end of July. Can y'all believe this? End of July. The end. We are past 6. We are 7 months in. 7 months into 2024. So we are live. Let me put my little comments up so I can see who's here and see who's saying, hey, Pam. I am so surprised to see you. Thanks for watching, Pam. Pam, is this your first time watching? Where my viewers at? Chime in the comments. Give me a hey if you here. Let me see that you're here. Let me see who's here. If you guys can, while you're here and while we're waiting for people to come on, we want you to share the page. Y'all can share the page. Please do. Oh, hey, Mom. My mother's watching. So yes, thank you guys for coming on. It is July 25th. It is episode 12, 10-12, episode 12 of Beyond the Surface with Sharon. I am your host, Sharon. It's me, your girl. Hey, Jess. Thanks for watching. Oh, Pam said it's her third time watching. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you for supporting. So yes, this is episode 12 with my nephew, Steve Aikens Jr. We're going to talk about some grief and resilience, how they live together. So we're going to talk about that. But if you can, say hi when you come in. And if you can share the page so we can share some of this good knowledge and encouragement that Steve is going to impart. Well, we'll see. I don't know if he's going to impart, but yes, he will. Oh my gosh, y'all, we are a bunch of jokesters with each other. So just hang on. It should be a fun show. It's my teeth. It should be good though. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate you all for coming on. Welcome again for new viewers. This is Beyond the Surface with Sharon. I am your girl, Sharon. I am live every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube. Do they live together in a house or in an apartment? Does who live together? Oh, the grief and resilient live together. A house is not a home. That's what Luther Vandross said. So figure that one out. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new, I appreciate you tuning in. If you can also go back and view old episodes of the podcast Beyond the Surface with Sharon. It's on Facebook and it is on YouTube. So you can go and watch some old episodes. Hey, Shan. Hey, Shamika Darasol. Are you Miss Darasol's people? Right? That's her name? Yeah. Hey, Shannon. So we have episodes about faith and purpose and goals and facing your fears. That's episode 1. If you can start there and move forward, it's going to bless your life. We have family therapists on there that talk about boundaries. We have some dating shows. We have myths about about marriage. So that was an amazing show. We have some really great marriage couples on there who gave like hard truths about what's going on with marriages. We have fatherhood. We had journaling. Journaling is a good one too. So we had a leap of faith. So this month we are doing Transformation Thursdays, where we talk to people who have literally transformed their lives one way or another based on their choices and life circumstances. So thank you all for tuning in. I am a vessel from the Lord. So this is what's going on today. What else? Let me see. Oh, can we talk about what's going on in the news? Yes, the news. The Olympics start tomorrow. Woohoo! Yay! So in the Olympics, y'all, do y'all know that Snoop Dogg is going to be the last carrier of the torch, and I think he's going to light the flame. So Snoop Dogg has come a long way from the dog pound. So congratulations to Snoop. I mean, if there is a life of transformation from him being, gangsta to go into lighting the Olympic flames, that's pretty awesome. Also, the flag bearers are Coco Gruff. Is that how you say her name? Coco Gruff. She's the tennis She plays tennis, and there is LeBron James, who is also a flag bearer, and he is men's basketball. So yes, so this is my thing. All right. Yes, I need y'all to comments. What are the sports that you guys like to watch? Because me, myself, I like curling. Y'all know what curling is? Curling. It's like, it has that little ball, and then it's a circle ball, and it kind of is, I think it's on ice or like floors, and then you push it, and then it kind of like hitting it with the broom real quick, trying to make the little ball go quick, and then it goes into like the circles with the colors. I love curling. Anywho, curling is my stuff. So yes, I like curling. I also like, you said, hey, Paula, you said mud wrestling. I love, what is it called? The other one, synchronized swimming. I love synchronized swimming. Synchronized swimming. Those ladies go under that water, do all of this, pop out, psh, jump down, boom, go swim around each other. It's amazing. It's a really hard sport, it looks like to me, because you're holding your breath. You're all over with your arms up, lifting people down, psh, psh, legs out the water, psh, 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 like that. That stuff is pretty dope. But yes, so don't forget the Olympics start tomorrow. Tomorrow at I think there's like some type of ceremony that's opening ceremony is at 1:30, but I think there's like some pre-Olympic stuff that's happening at noon. In other news, who do we have? Kamala, right? Kamala Harris is going to, woo, right? She is the VP of these United States. She is looking to be the Democratic nominated for president of these United States. So that's amazing. So they've had all of these calls, and I think it's a good, yes, Kamala Harris. Give it up for her in the comments. Woo, where your hand claps at. I think this is great for America. I mean, it's great for people of color, just for women. I mean, women really rule what's going on. Like, we are so smart and so resilient, and we're so knowledgeable. If there's really anything going on in the world, some woman is either in front of the scenes or behind the scenes making something shake. So why not be in the front? This is what we do. We are Mother Earth. We give birth to the earth. Come on. We can't run it. We can. Let's go. We can do it. So yes. Yes. So we are cheering for her. We are also my Black Lives Matter shirt. Y'all see me? So we also want to keep in prayer the family of Sonya Massey, who was tragically, did y'all see the video? I couldn't even watch the whole video. Who was tragically murdered July 6th. I think it was in Illinois. So she leaves behind like a daughter and a son and her family members. So we definitely want to keep her in prayer. Pray for her family, pray for her children, pray for, oh, this shirt. Yeah, you want this shirt. DCM Designs. I'll somebody tag DCM Designs in the comments, please. And thank you. DCM Designs. So yes, we want to definitely keep Sonya Massey and her family in prayer, because I mean, it's just a lot going on anyway, but that definitely had me like, that really touched my heart. So as I said again, this is Beyond the Surface with Sharon. I am your host, Sharon. I am here to give you information, to inform you, to empower you, to encourage you. So thank you all for watching. This week we have my nephew, Steve Aikens. Steve Aikens is here. He is my dude. Let me tell you, we have so I married into the family. I know marrying into, I can see you, Steve. So I married into the family, into the Colson family. So Steve's mom, wait, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring Steve on. I'm gonna bring him on. So guys, welcome to the stage my nephew, none other than my guy, Steve Aikens. Kiki!
What it do, Auntie? What's
How
happening?
you doing, Neff?
I'm good. I love your show. I love your show. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. You're doing a great job, and let's get it
Oh,
on it, bro. Let's get it rolling. I'm proud of you. I really am.
thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I never know who's watching.
Right, right.
So the fact that look at Pam. Pam in the comments, Pam. Let me tell you something. So I married into the Colson family. So just so those who don't know, me and Steve and I's background, my husband Ron and Steve's mom are siblings. How close siblings? They're twins. So
Mhm.
so Ron and Pam are twins. So it's always like double trouble when they get together. So they have an amazing family. Like their family dynamic is so close. Like they're always around each other, always checking on each other, always calling each other, always loving on each other. I love their family dynamic. Now sometimes your uncle and your mama now can go. They can't run out of words.
Get out of here.
They got
Yeah.
if the Lord give them 600,000 words, they got a million.
You ain't lying.
How
Times it.
they going? And if they in the room together,
What's
it's
happened? It's over.
I'ma just leave because there's just no room for me if y'all got a million words
Right,
together. So yeah,
right.
so
Yep.
thank
Hmm.
you for coming on. I appreciate you. I so love you. I so love your journey. Like you are so resilient. That's what the show is about, right? Grief and resilience, living together. You are
Right.
so resilient in your journey. Do you want to talk? Can we start off with your? I know I told a little bit of your family
Yeah.
dynamic, but tell your personal
Yeah.
family dynamic.
All right, so when you say personal, you mean like how I was raised or grew up and along those sort of
Like
lines,
who's in
or
your family?
mm,
How were you raised? Where were you raised? Kind of that type of thing.
yeah. Okay, so for everybody watching, thank you for coming. My name is Stephen Aikens. My wonderful auntie right here doing a great job with the show, and it's gonna keep growing. You know what I mean? But
Preach.
I was raised in a great family. I have no complaints. My mom and dad, they did a great job in the household.
Hmm.
My Uncle Ron, my Sharon's husband, he was there from the jump. Aunt Sharon came along; she's been there from the jump. But I've had a stable upcoming. You know, I've seen some broken families growing up, and it really made me appreciate the feeling I had when I would sometimes act away or feel unappreciative. Now looking back.
Yeah.
So like I want to say, like I'm grateful and blessed to have the people I have in my life, my friends and family, and I'm just looking forward to like changing other people's lives and impacting people's lives along the way and showing them like just because you don't come from a stable home doesn't mean you can't be stable and have that, stable home that you didn't have to build for your own family and kids when it's your
Yeah.
time to, step up and grow up and be that person that someone needs to look at and look up to.
Look at you. Come on.
Yeah,
Because
come on,
you had the
spitting
community.
knowledge, dropping dimes.
Right. So, growing up, you had your mom and your dad in the
Yes.
house. So, up until what age? Like you had some grief that happened. Can you tell us
Yeah.
about your grief?
Yes. So what am I? When I was 14 years old, I specifically remember, because at this time I'm 14, my brother's around 11 years old.
Hmm.
My dad's a big dude, Aunt Sharon. He was 6'2", like
Yeah,
250.
big,
But
strong.
Brolic, the Hulk,
Huh?
Thanos, I don't know, whoever you want to call him, Superman to some people. But as time, kept going, I was noticing like he wasn't, his regular size. Like he was getting skinnier and skinnier. So,
Yeah.
we didn't know what was going on. Then one day, me and my brother were in the living room, and my mom came out there, and she was like, can y'all come to the room? So, I already knew it wasn't good news. So we went to the room, and she told us that, your dad had cancer. So immediately, when you hear cancer, you think of death. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So I got mad. I punched the the door, like, and I hit like a hole in the door. And my brother, he was upset. I can't really remember exactly what he did,
Hmm.
but That was probably like around fall and like summer. And as time went on, my mom and the doctor, they said he probably had like 6 months to live or less than that. And he ended up living a year. So he ended up, they found out he had stage four. So at that time, it was, unfortunately, it was kind of like, I don't want to say done, but it was a done deal. I learned that as I got older.
Yeah, stage
So
4
when
is rough.
so when he did end up passing in January, um, it didn't really hit me until a few months later when you
Yes.
realize he's not there. So like my mind was like everywhere. I was taking my anger out of my mom. I was in school. Like I never was bad in school, but I wasn't like doing good in school. I remember it was the first time I got suspended. I was like Mr. Goody Two Shoes in school, you know what I mean? But like the first time I got suspended, one of the teachers was asking me to do something. I just was not there all the way. So I flipped the desk, almost hitting her, and it
Hmm.
became this whole thing. And then I ended up being detention suspended for a little bit. But after that, I went downhill, and I was saying horrible things to my mom. I was like telling her, like I wish it was you instead of him. Things I can't really take back now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
going through that, it made me realize like like how strong my mom was, and her being there definitely like made an impact. And Uncle Ron and you being there and other family, to support us and be there because at that time I was, 15 years old. I was lost. My brother, he was 12 years old. He was lost. So, I learned a lot about myself and like the show with grief and resiliency, like it definitely made me like grieve hard, but at the same time made me strong. If you get what I'm saying, like the way I handle it, with the way like I am now. So I could have went one way with it,
Right.
but I didn't. And I want to honestly say like it's also because of the way we were raised. So the way my dad and family and you guys been there, the way y'all raised us, I was able to stay on that right path. I really feel like, having a great upbringing and a strong
Hmm.
upbringing from your family, not just your family and your
Right.
friends, the
Yeah.
right people around will keep you on a
Your
path when
community.
yeah, exactly, Auntie. Will keep you on the right path when tragedy strikes or random, trial and tribulations come. I feel like if you're doing so great and then boom, you get hit by like a car or something, and you was raised the right way, you'll somehow find your way back to that path you was on. But I feel like if you weren't, my personal opinion, if you like, coming up, you didn't really have much guidance and people you to look up to. If you get hit by that car, it's gonna be harder for you to find your way back onto the road. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
you might turn on that exit and stay in that exit, and unfortunately, some people go down the wrong path. But
I mean, you guys had, like Michael Scott said, you have a great village with your dad's family and your
mhm,
mom's family to kind of help guide you guys in
right,
like the loss of your dad. Like that
right,
was huge for you guys. And you guys were like young men, like
yes.
coming into your teenage years.
Mhm.
So did you try therapy? Did you try any
So
therapy?
they wanted us they recommended therapy,
Hmm.
and I knew I didn't want to do it because I just wanted to deal with it on my own. So I went one time with my mom, and I knew that I didn't want to be there. I was like, this isn't it. I remember watching. I don't know if people know Eric Thomas, like the motivational speaker.
Oh
I,
yes, that's my guy.
yes, I watched him, and I was watching him a lot during that time. I don't know how I came across him, but I remember him saying, one of his quotes like, "If you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." And he also was talking about how God is your therapist.
Hmm.
There's people out here that, and nothing to those people, but there's people out there that are spending money on therapists and counseling when you're your own therapist, your own counselor. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to spend money on that. Invest in yourself. Like
Well, well,
talk to yourself.
you are supposed to
Talk-
encourage yourself. Yes.
Yeah, talk to
Mhm.
God, and you'll realize and you'll see like all you need is Him and yourself to get through anything.
Well, we are therapy advocates over here. Yep,
Yes.
we are therapy, and you know who's on the line? David Moselle. He's a
Uh oh.
pastor. You know him?
So
He said he wonders if you remember him. He said he
so
trusted he counseled you a little bit.
David Moselle. No, I do not. David,
Yeah.
I do not. No.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, and it could be,
I apologize,
and
David.
even at your young age, you know what I mean? You just don't remember stuff. But
I was
yes,
going through it.
therapy is good. Therapy, you know
Mhm.
what? And therapy is everlasting. Like, even
Yes.
now, you can go
Mhm.
to therapy, even
Yes.
because you don't even know. Like, some stuff still, triggers,
And yeah,
could trigger.
and the thing is, Auntie, not saying it's bad, but like
Hmm.
at that time I was young, I didn't feel like I needed it. But now that
Right.
I'm older
Yeah.
and I'm more, wise and I'm open minded,
And
I feel
cognitive
like
of
I
whatever.
feel like sometimes it'll help because you're getting a different perspective and look
Correct.
at things. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
you can't always have advice or opinions coming from your family. It's
Yeah.
not saying that it's not good advice, but like it's not always
It's
clear.
biased professional advice
Yes,
that can give you tools to help you with whatever
right,
it is that you look at
exactly.
me. Run
Yeah,
me
you.
$10 right
Hey,
here. See?
yeah,
Hello. Not
that's
that I'm
right.
a therapist or anything, but Steve could
Yeah,
cash at me. Not
yes, yeah,
y'all
hey,
though. Y'all don't send me some money.
you the
So
best.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so definitely therapy, even later in life. I know, like, Ron has gone, like, to grief therapy. Grief
Yes.
therapy is different therapy.
Oof.
So yeah,
Hmm.
so I think there are grief therapists
Right.
who are out here. So just so everybody understands, like, grief therapy is good, even because
Yeah.
you are going to live a whole different normal. So they will
Right.
teach you how to get through the five, the stages of grief,
Right.
of, anger, and getting through all of that. They'll help you
Yes.
talk through that. So I want to encourage whoever's watching, if you're going
Yes.
through, some death and tragedy and even life changes, like, find a therapist. It can definitely help you,
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out
yeah. Even people
because
you think that aren't going to therapy, they're going to therapy.
they. Yes, and I was gonna give you just a quick reason why because I met this one guy in the gym,
Hmm.
working out, just lifting weights. And you know how we are. We're cool. We get along with everybody. So we
Right.
just started talking about the gym, blah blah. And I ended up telling him my dad passed from cancer, and he asked that I do therapy. And I
Hmm.
told him I tried it when I was young, but I didn't like it. But I referred him to him like if you need it or if you're going through anything, I said I would have now. Looking back, the way I old I am now, I would have. But I say it didn't happen that way. And then the next time I met him, we were talking again, and he mentioned to me like I'm glad you told me to go if I need it because he said I've been fighting some demons, and I'm like, all I said was just go if you need it.
Yeah.
I said it don't hurt, but he's
Yeah.
like just coming from you, and he said I barely know you, but you said our conversations. He said they were powerful, and he said like it's just amazing to me that I've been having family tell me to go and friends tell me to go, and I meet this
Yeah.
random person, you, and
Hmm.
we only talked 2, 3 times, no more than 5 minutes in the gym, and I ended up going. So he's thanking me. So if like Auntie said, if you guys going
Yeah.
through anything, go. And if your gut saying try, give it a try. That's all I gotta say.
I love that. So, after the tragic passing of your dad, what? So you graduate high school.
The
Are you still
Lord,
being, praise God? Because
because I ain't want to walk. I did not want to walk. Woo.
you didn't want to walk because your dad wasn't there. Like,
Yes, I
tell
wanted
us
him to
about
be
that.
there. So crazy story. I felt like if I was going to walk, because he passed me when I was a sophomore. So I didn't want to walk because I felt like I was leaving him behind.
Hmm.
So I felt like if I walked, then it wouldn't be the same. And I promised myself deep down, I said, I'm not walking without him.
Yeah.
So my computer teacher, my junior year, Mr. Valentino, I don't know if he's watching this, but he was talking to me and he had to fill out the slips and was handing them out in class, like who's walking for next year. And I
Hmm.
told him straight up, I had like a little dark cloud of anger over me for probably a couple years, an attitude.
It's
I said, I'm
grieving.
not.
You
Yeah,
grieve. Yeah.
yes, I showed up to myself. I ain't walking. Not rude, but I said I'm not walking. I don't need this paper, and I just threw it in the trash. And he was like, no, he told me to come to hall. He's like, why you not walking? And I told him what happened. He didn't know. So he said, I apologize. I'm sorry to hear that. He told me his dad passed away when he's in
Hmm.
high school and he didn't walk and he regrets it. Well, he regretted it. So he told me just think about it
Yeah.
and in due time it'll come. Senior year comes, I still don't want to walk. So the graduation's a month away. My mom's trying to get me to walk. She's like, just do it for me. I'm like, it ain't about you, blah blah. It's about both of y'all.
Right.
So I don't know what he said, but like the dude in the gym I was just telling you about, he got to me. He's like, listen,
Mm-hmm.
just do it for your mom. I mean, your dad's with you in spirit. He's like, it'll probably mean the world to your mom because it just happened and it's
Yeah.
fresh. So I don't know what came over me. I ended up doing it. And thank the Lord I did it, because I'm glad I was. Seeing you
Oh,
there,
yay.
Uncle Ron there, my mom there, my brother there, my family, my cousins. I'm glad I let go of that, that pain, because I was being
Yeah.
selfish. I was being selfish, and I was young. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not walking, but I'm glad I did. And when I did
And
it,
you didn't know how to
I
direct your
felt
pain.
relieved. I felt relieved when I did it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So
But thank you
after
for
high
being there
school,
too.
oh, you're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome. It was my pleasure.
Like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, my pleasure.
So after that, you wanted to go to college, right?
Mhm. Yes,
So
I did.
from what I understand about you, Steve, you have been to a few, a few.
Yeah.
So this is about resilience and grief all living together. So Steve didn't have a natural path. I can
Right.
say that you didn't have a natural path of
Nowhere near
college
it. No, no, not clear, concise, nothing. It was a question mark for a long time.
for a long time.
Still recently, still. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay because every day we're learning. Like I love
Yeah.
that you're like, okay, I'm going to learn. So college,
Hmm.
from what I understand and know about you, you've been to a few.
Yes. Yes, I have. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm where I'm at. God be
Right.
glory to
And
God.
and you graduated. So take us
Yes.
down the path of college and why stop? Why keep going? Like tell us about your resilience with your college journey.
Okay, so when I got to high school, I applied a few colleges. I had Rowan, Stockton,
Hmm.
Wesley College, Rutgers, excuse me, and a few others. I don't know why I went to Wesley College near Dell State
You
in
said you
Dover,
don't
Delaware.
know?
No, I I know why, but I don't know exactly why. I wanted to do exercise science. I wanted to be a physical therapist
Ah,
because I had surgery on my ankle when I
right.
was in high school. After he died, I had tore three ligaments, two tendons in my left ankle. So I wanted to be a therapist because I
Hmm.
wanted to help other people that went through surgery, and I want to, just let people know, like, because I was overcoming my grief, like, any pain or anything you're going through, tragedy, it can be accomplished, just through hard work. And I wanted to be there to help them and give them, like, support. So I went to
Yeah.
Wesley College. I was taking my classes. I was getting up early, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning to go to class. And I'm like, yo, this is hard. I'm like, this is crazy. I was only 18. I graduated 17 high school. I'm like, this is insane. Like exercise science, like the class were hard, biology, anatomy, physiology. I'm like, Jesus have mercy. So I was doing that. I was barely passing. I had C's, a few B's, but something in my heart just told me like this wasn't where I was supposed to be. I don't know what it
At
was.
Wesley.
Yes, I don't know what it was. I knew my mom was still grieving
Hmm.
and mourning, going through it because I would talk to her every day while I was up there, and she would come get me some weekends, and I would come back home. So I came to the conclusion where I was like, I told her, I said, you know what? I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna go to Atlantic Cape Community College. I'm gonna go there so I can be closer to you, and it's less money. You know what I mean? Out the pocket. So I did that.
Hmm.
It's going to Atlantic Cape, and this time I applied to be correctional officer for the state through the civil service. So
Okay.
I was a year away from getting my associates. It came up in the mail. I'm like, all right, I'll put that to the side. I went and did got through the academy, became a CO,
Woo woo.
and
Department of
hey,
Corrections.
yeah, that's right,
Hey.
for the state. So working for the state CO, I was there doing my thing. I learned a lot about myself.
Hmm.
I learned a lot about a lot of people's lives being there. It made me really realize how blessed I was being
Yeah.
there. So
Because you on the other side and you like, you know what? I could have in high school cut up and acted up, and this could have
yes,
been like the end result of it.
let me tell you, Auntie. And when I tell you, you already know. I know you
Hello.
know. The
Listen,
conversation,
I used to be you as a kid, so I
yes,
recognize it. I'm
yes,
so awesome to be on the other side because when I
right.
was working in jail, I'd be like, Lord, I could be on the other side with the
Yeah,
shackles
yes,
and the khakis.
exactly. With no
Yeah,
freedom, getting told what to
none.
do, and the conversations I had with
Hmm.
these people,
Yeah,
because you still gotta treat them, firm, fair, consistent. You still gotta treat them like
right.
they're people. I had plenty of inmates tell me and talk to me and say to me, you know, you're too bright to be here, or like, you could do better.
Yeah.
You need to be here. So I took that consideration. I don't care what
And they see
nobody
the
said.
greatness in you. Other people will absolutely see like what you don't see. So they'll
Yeah,
see the greatness in you. Yeah.
yeah. And it's crazy how you can see it. Like when I look at you on ground, I can see like, you see brightness, you see like light, you see stars, because you guys bring the good energy.
Thank
You can
you.
look at
Thank you.
somebody and see like, the glow, and it draws people that don't have that glow. Not saying
Yeah.
that glow won't get there, but like if you're glowing, people want to be around you and want to glow also. So I did that, and I did for 2 years, and I knew it wasn't it.
Hmm.
In the meantime, while I was there, I was going to Rutgers, Camden, because I just graduated. I got my associate while I was there.
Hmm.
So after a year, I got my associates. Going on to my second year at DLC, because I left after 2 years. I was going to Rutgers, Camden, and I was taking like one class because I couldn't do it because the schedule was 2 to 10. So I
Right.
left there. I couldn't do it. It became to a point where I was I don't want to say depressed, but I couldn't get out of my bed because I felt like my heart was like I'm fighting myself. Like my heart was saying, "You don't need to be here. This is where I
Beware. Where don't you need to be?
at the job prison working there. Like
Ah,
my heart
okay.
was saying to me, like, you're being pulled to go somewhere else. So just it was I was fighting that. I'm thinking pension. I'm thinking this. But like my mind's thinking pension this. My heart's saying you ain't supposed to be here. So I
Right.
fought that for a whole year is when it really hit me to the point where I couldn't get out of the bed. So I left.
Oh,
Put in
that's
my
terrible.
I left without having a job lined up. I stepped out on faith. I left it in God's
So
hands.
you left. What did you say? Did you say something to the people?
I told HR. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody else. I told HR. I said, "Yo, I'm leaving in 2 weeks." I didn't tell nobody else that worked there. Funny thing, even after I was gone like 2 years prior to this day, people still don't know I wasn't there. I didn't. I'm so serious. I didn't want nobody to know I was leaving because people, what I mean, because people want to leave, but they're not leaving themselves. They don't have the courage. Not
Yeah.
saying you don't have the courage, but the courage to like leave when you know you don't want to be somewhere. That's not me. If I'm not liking something, and this is where we're going to get where you were saying, if I
Hmm.
don't like something and I'm not happy, I end up finding a way to do something else. But it's good and bad. So I left with no job. I went to a group home. It was 3 to 11, weekends off, and I felt like I was supposed to be there, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There was kids, males, 17 to 21, whether they were homeless, adolescents, no parents, some were in gangs, some were autistic. But I knew my calling was there because being there, I was able to finish getting my bachelor's degree at Rutgers Camden.
Hmm.
So I was in the morning, I'll wake up and I would go there. And meanwhile, this is when my training business started. So all
Ah,
this stuff, and this is where I'm getting at, Auntie. All this
that's what Mickey
stuff,
said. God lined it right up.
yes, like me leaving. I had no job lined up. I had no interview lined up.
Hmm.
I'm gonna step out on faith. Still going
Right.
through it. I ended up doing an interview for them 2 weeks later. Got in there because they needed people. Uh, was in the gym. I was working out, and then one day, one woman DM'd me in Facebook and said, "How much do you train?" I'm just recording myself in the gym, recording my brother, recording people.
Are you posting it on social media?
Yes, I was posting on my story, my
Okay.
page here and there, just working out. And in my head, I'm like, oh, Lord knows I don't train nobody. But like, because like, it was like a moment where I'm like, Lord knows I'm about to lie because Lord knows I don't train.
Right.
But I know what to do, but I don't train nobody.
I'm
So
like
I wrote
not an
her,
official capacity.
yes. So I wrote her, like, yes, I train. She said, how much do you charge? This sounds crazy, But to me, it was fine because I had some money saved up and I just got a job. I said $10 an hour. I said
Whoa,
$10.
big money. My God, why you ain't
Making
call
that
us
money.
and ask
Yo,
us?
making that money. So let me tell you, like, Auntie,
You said
ten
$10.
$10 for an hour.
All right. Jesus.
For an
Jesus.
hour. For an
Okay.
hour.
You
So
underpaid, you underserved yourself, but
yes, I
it's all
did.
lessons.
But you know what? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, that helped me get to where I am because I didn't know. And then that just grew. Was training one person, training
Mm-hmm.
two, three, four. Meanwhile, I got my bachelor's degree. This time I was probably at like $25 an
Whoa,
hour.
whoa. Let's pause
Thank
there.
you, Auntie. Yes.
In the middle of you training and with this new job, you got your
Yes.
bachelor's degree. So
Yes.
that is so amazing that you left the OC because
Yes.
it's just not for you. You got confirmation from the offenders that
Yes.
listen, you ain't even supposed to
Yes.
be here. You
Yes.
just this is you, your levels are above this. Like God
Yes.
has something different for you, and people will see that in you. So you left there,
Yes.
2 weeks notice,
Mm-hmm.
then going. I'm not going to
Out of
work
there.
here no more. Y'all, I appreciate all the help that y'all gave me, but I got to go
Yes.
because your destiny is not there. And you
Mm-hmm.
recognize that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I knew it. I knew it.
Like you knew deep down you was not fitting to give the corrections people
No.
30 years.
No. No.
You said no?
No. I'm sure that at all. I was trying to read that one question.
Yeah. Oh, it says, how did you start in your business? How did you get started in your business as a young person and explain the mindset you had to achieve to be successful?
Okay, so how did I start my business as a young person? I started my business as like I was just saying. Um, Someone wrote me. I said $10 an hour, and I just
Hmm.
kept building from there. I was training. I started posting more, and people started gravitating to it. And I really feel like it was the energy I gave because
Yeah.
the clients. I don't like seeing clients because I like to call them like my friends, but they are your clients because it's still business. Because I ended
Right.
up becoming cool with them. But it's the energy you bring. Like
Yeah.
I would hear a lot about my clients saying like they had a trainer that wasn't as enthusiastic, wasn't as motivating, wasn't as you know intrigued in really watching them learn. A lot of them
Yeah.
would say the trainers would be on their phone. They wouldn't be like cheering them on, rooting for them.
And
So
you're
I
so
feel like
involved.
yes, I
If
feel
y'all
like
go to Steve's social media, you will see like
yeah,
he pushes you, but he still like lets you have fun at the same time. So it's not
yes,
so much work, 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 work. Like it's
yeah,
good, it's fun training.
yes, it is for anybody out there. And the way it was for me to be successful, I'm gonna get to where I'm at now.
Hmm.
The way that I achieved success was I just knew I wasn't gonna stop. You know what I mean? Like I feel like anybody, just like you, Auntie, you've
Hmm.
retired, you're starting this great podcast show,
Thank
and
you.
it's only gonna grow. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, like when you stop, it's when everything stops.
Yeah.
It's not easy being an entrepreneur. If anyone want to be an entrepreneur out there, you're gonna
Right.
have days where it's up, and you're gonna have days where it's really down and bad. But the beauty in that is learning how to manage both. 'Cause
Right.
if you're always up, you'll never know what it feels like when you hit rock bottom. You might just cop out. So when you hit rock bottom, you adjust. And that's just life. To me, that's just how life is. Once you adjust and you adapt to things, you keep pushing and moving forward. So for me, the way I can say and advice I can give, the way I achieve success and the way I
Hmm.
would tell anyone to keep going to achieve success is just keep going, don't stop, learn new things, network, network,
Network.
network,
Yes.
because you can't do it on your own. Anyone that says they self-made, personally, that's a lie because this
That's
podcast,
untruth. The truth is not in you.
yes, yes, at all. This podcast is helping not just me, but you, Auntie. It's bringing you people.
Absolutely.
Is helping people even that aren't even wanting to train. Just hear
Hmm.
our stories. So to achieve
Yeah.
success, keep going, meet network, meet new people, and just know like there's always another day to
And
make.
there's more levels to
Mhm.
everything. Like there's more
Yes.
levels to you and
Hmm.
your fitness.
Yes,
program and just getting new people, new customers. You're
absolutely.
online, you're all over the place. So you graduated Rutgers with
Yes.
what type of degree? What type of degree do you have, nephew?
So I got my BA in criminal justice.
Woo woo.
Went there, got that.
Yay.
Glory to God, because that was a struggle
Thank
getting that.
God.
That was a
But
struggle.
but your resilience to
Yes,
go from, so can we talk about weight? So you
mhm,
went from Wesley
yes,
for a semester,
yes.
came
So
home because you wanted to support your mom. You went to
yes,
Atlantic County.
you have
Did
Atlantic
you
Cape.
do
Yeah.
Atlantic Cape? Did you go straight through Atlantic Cape or did that take you a little while?
No, it took me a little while. I did a year there. Um, then I tore my ACL, my MCL, playing basketball, so I had to
Hmm.
postpone for a year.
Yeah.
Then once I got back, that's when corrections hit me up. So I'm like, dang, man, now it's 2 years that I was trying to get it sooner. It's 2 years that
Right.
I'm pushing back my associates.
Right.
Did that. Then while I was at DLC, like I stated, then I got my associates, and then like fast forward, like we were saying, I left
Hmm.
there training, got my bachelor's degree while training and at this job, and boom, now I had that. Left the group home,
Left the group home.
and then this is where things went good, and then they started going downhill again.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I left the group home. Um, went to had my bachelor's degree, glory to God. Went to become a clinical associate for this company. I worked in schools. I worked at Washington Township at this
Oh
school.
yes.
Yes, at Wedgwood, working with
Because Steve
kids.
loved the kids.
I love the kids, and they love me, and I love them back
They
more. They
do.
they just bring me fulfillment, joy,
Hmm.
and it's no better feeling when you see a kid smiling, because a lot of these kids they're going through stuff, and
Yeah.
you don't know it until they open up. So I'm working there, and I'm just having fun with kids. The teachers are loving me, the kids love me, and the teachers, they ended up, a few of them personally told me, pulled me to the side, and they were just,
Hmm.
they told me, "You're the best CA, like clinical associate, we've had in years."
Oh, that's so
In
sweet. I like this.
years,
Feels good.
yes. And the kids, and it showed, because this is where fitness comes in. There was this one kid in fifth grade that was a little obese, and I was outside the park,
Hmm.
and I was having the kids that played sports. You got the athletic kids, you got the kids that don't do sports, and you got the kids in the middle that they don't do sports, but like they're not like out of shape, and they can't do anything. They just
Right.
there. So I was at the park outside. I got all the kids. Well, we just did a lap around the whole playground in the back, the whole
Yeah.
field, and I'm talking about the whole fourth and fifth.
Hmm.
Everybody, the kids that didn't do sports, the kids that didn't work out, the kids that weren't in shape, we all united. And I had one teacher come up to me, and she shed a tear. She's like, "Yo, like
Oh.
to have him, the one kid that feels like an outcast, be with the kids that are athletic and do sports, and everybody knows it made her feel good, because she was like, she's been trying to get him to do things, and she's like, you only been here 2 months, and these kids are already loving you. So it was a blessing.
That's an impact, though.
Yes,
Like that was
yes.
very impactful to those kids' lives. So, do you feel like your life, your children are your passion? Like, what's your passion
My
during all
passion,
of this?
yeah, my passion, Auntie, is, and I know it, like my purpose on this planet is to help people. I already know that.
Yeah.
I've knew that I've known that since I was young, and I
Hmm.
worked the YMCA as my first job. I knew that. I just knew off the rip, and I knew it wasn't gonna be an easy task. And then I started thinking, like, you know what? Maybe this could be a reason why this maybe my dad passed can be a reason why I'm able to relate more,
Right.
understand more, and then
Hmm.
people. Because if someone says something that hasn't been through nothing to a kid, how can they relate? But because I went through what I went through,
Yeah. Now
they
you
might
could be
listen to me more.
compassionate to them, so I can
Yes,
understand. Yep.
very sympathetic. So
Yeah.
I feel like as I got older, that helped me, understand them more, and I feel like they could see it on me too, which is crazy to say. But all going through all
Kids can
that,
sense that stuff, though, right?
they can, and they
Yeah.
just gravitate towards you. And in the midst of all that, I ended up training the teachers at the school.
What? Now you
Now
got the
after,
teachers out there running the lab.
yeah, now I got the teachers. Like once the day is over, the teachers. I had one teacher. She said to me, "I didn't know you trained. Why didn't you tell me?" I said, "You didn't ask." Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so like she it went from 1 to 3 to about like 10 in a month. We would just meet after school.
Wow.
We would meet in the gym. They would tell their husbands, "I'm training with Steve." You know what I mean? So
Right.
like I'm gonna be a little late, and I would do videos. We'd work out, and it ended up me training them at the crib, uh,
So
virtual,
your training program took off, like
off,
launched.
off, yes, off.
And this is you following like the path that God has for you
I
and
feel
not staying where the money resides,
yes,
right?
never
Because you
for
were
the money.
making good money over at DOC,
Yes,
but it
yep,
wasn't where you were supposed to be.
at all, at all. I knew that.
And you knew that and
Yes,
you followed where you were supposed to. I love that about
mm,
your story. Like you're like, okay, the money is good. I'm making good money,
yes, yes.
right?
Charge 10 an hour, 10 an hour.
Charging
Given
and
the
then
given the passion I give now, I was giving the same passion I gave now for 10 an hour that I'm doing now. My prices, money
and
can't
that's
put a
true.
price on nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I did out of my heart for 10 an hour. Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta do things, and I tell people sometimes you gotta do things for free before you get to the point where you can actually start. Charging. You can't come out of the gate saying I'm
Yeah.
charging 75 an hour. You don't got no credibility,
That
bro.
build your clientele
You got no credibility. People don't know who you are. Not saying they
at
ain't gonna
all.
know who you are, but
Right.
you got to work your way there to set a
Yeah.
limit and a price. I can't come out of the gate saying, "Hey, auntie, we're doing 60 an hour." You gonna be
I'm
like,
sorry,
"What?"
what? I'm sorry, you're doing what?
Yes, yes. That's where I'm. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. And 4 years ago, I was at ten
Wait,
dollars
you
an
said,
hour.
oh my God, praise him. But look, but I'm saying like that is so amazing to go from I'm not gonna, this isn't the path that God has for me. I know he has me to do something specific. And
Yeah,
now here you are doing your thing, working. So working in your job. So where do
yes,
you work now? Can we talk about how that
yes,
journey
yes.
to get there?
So yes, so I left. Well, actually, no, I got kicked. They let me go. Clinical associate job. Um,
Where everybody loved you.
Yes, everybody loved me. It hurt. The teachers wanted me to stay. They were right in the company. Didn't matter.
Hmm.
I went downhill. I went to a dark spot because it was more so the kids that I really couldn't. I felt like I couldn't have closure and say goodbye to the kids the way I wanted to. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that hurt me because I knew there was kids that needed me. I knew I was supposed to be there. But God got a plan, right? So went through dark times.
Hmm.
Uh, thank God, family was around, you was around. I hit the gym. I took the civil service test. In the midst of all that, to be a pro officer, I applied for unemployment, and I was unemployed probably like 8, whatever the max they give you. I said, you know what? I'm just ride this whole unemployment out.
So
I
in the middle of this, are you regretting? So that's what I want to. Are you regretting like your moves that you made? Like, are you thinking, hey, this wasn't a good choice? All of this times you've been like pivoting with your life, Mickey said you've been
yes,
pivoting here.
back
Are
and
you
forth. I
regretting
felt
any of this?
yes. I had a couple thoughts in my head where I was like, I should have stayed at DOC. I had a couple thoughts in my head where I should have stayed there, but
Hmm.
then another thought was like, that's not where you were supposed to be. Because if I was supposed to be there, I would have still been there.
So
You
you would
know.
not have done anything differently,
No, ultimately, but I had thoughts where it's like I should just stay there, But then I thought if I stayed there, would I be training, have my own business? Would I
right?
have met these kids and changed their lives? Because all I'm glad if I can just change one person's life, that's a lot, you
Is
know.
this was this during COVID or this is after COVID?
No, this is after, this is after COVID.
The CA job is after COVID.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
after COVID,
Okay.
yes. So that was the 20, that was 2022 when I left that. 2022 or 2021, one of them years.
We were 21. We was, I think we might have been a little bit COVID in 21.
Well, it was
The
around the end of
ending,
that.
maybe the ending
It
of
was the
COVID.
ending of that.
The
I don't
ending.
remember exactly, but the
The
ending.
2020, everything shut down.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the ending of that.
Okay.
So to the civil service to be parole, they came up. I just recently. They came up not last summer, summer before, 2022. I took the civil service in the summer to be
Mm-hmm.
pro officer for the state. It came back around at Mayu. I'm still unemployed. I'm just training. And then they came back around, and the year after, and I got it. I got last summer, 2023 summer. I got
2023.
the mail saying, if you're interested, emails, blah blah blah. This is what's going on.
It's only like
I
Medea.
just started being a security officer during that
Ah,
time.
yes.
Yes, I just started being a security officer um, at my mom's job. Didn't want to do that because I felt like I was too good to go back. If you get what I'm saying,
Right.
I feel like I'm not gonna go back and do security, making bare minimum. Not saying nothing wrong with security, but like once I reached a certain point, I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to take a step back because now I feel like all the stuff
Did,
I
did it
did.
hurt your ego? You think it
It
was a
did.
little? Yeah.
It did. And I was fighting myself. I had pride. One to
Right.
seven, I had my pride was through the roof because I knew how hard I worked to get to where I was at. But it was uncontrollable. The job let me go. I'm like, I'm just doing unemployment training. So I was doing unemployment training,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started my mom's job once I got the unemployment. Once the unemployment ran out, I was like, dang, I gotta work now. I gotta work now. You know what I
Got
mean?
to
So like,
go.
so I started my own job, security in June, and then that's when I said like they wrote me, and boom, it was hitting off the rip. I wrote them. Also, I had like I had August. I went to do the physical.
That was fast.
Yeah, it was quick. And 2 months later, yeah, August, June, July, August. 2 months later, did the finish thing. The 24 push-ups, I mean, the 20 sit-ups, a mile and a half run, 70-meter lap. Did all that. Uh, and you had to do it twice. So in October, we had to do it again. This was
Just in
like
case you was eating
yes, you
cheeseburgers.
fell off. Yeah, if you fell off, eat some Cheetos and some hot dogs.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
smart though.
yeah. So like people, I think a couple people didn't make it because they started slacking. They didn't know. They sent us an email or not like randomly saying we're going to do it again. Once we passed that,
Mm-hmm.
it was the drug test. Did that. Then it was the psych exam, and once I passed that,
You
that
passed
was
that?
in November. Passed that. That
Praise
was in
God.
November. Boom. Got an email end of November at Thanksgiving saying congratulations. The academy class 24-1 will start in January. If you're interested, emails back. I said, oh yeah, of course. Boom. So it all
Yay.
worked out. I had a moment where I was like, God, you don't make mistakes. And I really had
Right.
a moment with that. All the stuff I
Yeah.
went through, like, this couldn't have came at a better time. Like, I was just on unemployment training, trying to figure out where my life was going. Go ahead. I know you
So
want to.
how no, my question is how far of a space was your DOC, I'm done with y'all, to your parole? Welcome to the class of
So I left DLC in 19. I just got done a few months ago. So about probably like 5 years. But I tried to get into parole, but I didn't have my bachelor's degree at the time.
yeah.
They said I needed it when I applied. I applied in March,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I'm gonna have it. I already had all my classes. Said I was good. They said I was walking, but they said I needed it when I applied. So
Right.
I paid $70 for no daggone reason, and I had to wait for the next upcoming. So I guess it was all meant because I wouldn't have went through what I went through if I would have gotten what I wanted to. You know what I'm saying, Auntie?
Oh, it's all for a purpose because
Yes.
if you had, who knows what would have went on with college? You know what I mean?
Right.
Would you have
Right.
finished? Would you have? So between the DOC and parole, you got a degree and a business and a
Yes.
career.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
That
do.
is so amazing. So do you really like sit back and bask in all of your accomplishments?
I'm the type that's like I'm never satisfied, and I think sometimes I don't give myself enough credit because I'm always wanting to do more. I feel like I'm not training enough people. I feel like I'm not changing enough people's lives. I feel like I'm not networking enough. But I did recently,
Mm-hmm.
June, when I did graduate, and I sat like right before I graduated, and I was in like the barracks up there. I was like, boy, you didn't came a long way. You know what I mean?
Hello.
You're gonna be 30 this September. Like it couldn't have came at a better time. Now I'm getting out the 20s. I'm gonna end up being 30s. Like now, it's the time to start. And I remember Uncle Ron telling me like, give me advice, just being there saying, I was telling him like, man, I don't like, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with this, man.
Right.
Like, I'm getting older. If I'm gonna have kids, I gotta be
Yeah.
stable. Like, training's going good, but it's not enough, to sustain. And he
Yeah.
was like, everything, everything work out. He's like, in your 20s is when you're supposed to mess up. You know what I mean? Like the 30s is
It's a learning curve though. In
yes,
your 20s, you
basically.
really don't know what's going on in the world.
Right. And
You
even in your
went from being
30s when
like
you
a
start.
child. I really no, I am so serious. I really think you really start understand your with your frontal lobe, right? Your frontal lobe
Right,
don't get grown until 26,
right,
27.
right,
So you're
right.
really not a full adult until you're almost 30.
And did you feel that same way, Auntie? Like when you
I felt
was
like I was pushed
mm,
into adulthood. Was I
mm,
ready for adulthood? No.
right,
I was
right,
pregnant in high school, so I clearly wasn't ready for
right.
adulthood because I didn't think I
Yeah,
could get pregnant. So
yeah,
child
yeah.
child line over
Right,
here.
right.
I can't
But
get
look at
pregnant.
you. But look at you. Look at
I
you now.
know. So thank you.
No, let me ask you. When you
Yes.
look when you look back, let's just say like right now, when you look back from being pregnant in high school and raising your kids the way you did, 'cause they're all great. Danielle, Boo Boo, Mo, they're all amazing. Danielle, I see you comment. Do you bask in like, look how far I came sometimes and get emotional?
I do.
Right.
I'm about to be
Yeah,
emotional now.
I
I
can see it.
do.
Yes,
Because like life is hard.
it is, Auntie. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Like,
Life is tough, especially with, with you just grief and
wow.
resilience and going through all of that with your dad and
Mm-hmm.
like doing all of that. That was so your choices that you made. You could have made terrible choices to say, you know what? Forget all of this. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna wild out.
Yes.
Just because people will give you grace to go do that. People will give you
Yes.
grace to go wild out because you've lost a huge part of yourself. So
Mm.
for you to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna stay the course. I'm gonna stay the pace. The pace was your pace. You set your
Right.
own pace. You didn't let people give you, I gotta get a degree in 2 years. I gotta give a degree in
Let
four
me tell
years.
you.
Right?
Mm.
You get
Yes.
your degree when you get your
Yes.
degree. You gave yourself grace to grow and to be a man because here
Mm.
you are, out here a
Right.
little lost because you
Right.
don't have your
Yeah.
father figure
Right.
to
Eh,
guide you and give you, although you do have your uncles and stuff like
yes.
that, but you're still missing like the father in your life. So you do give yourself, I'm glad
Mm.
that you gave yourself grace.
No, I appreciate you. Like I said, I would look at people as a young kid, and I would feel like because right now I'm like it's bothering me. Like I feel like I had to be the man of the house. You know. So
Yeah.
when left, I'm like, dang. So I was lost. I'm like, well, dang, what do I do? You know what I mean? And I feel like
Right. Because
looking back,
I don't have no
I'm still
responsibility about responsibilities.
yes, and I feel like I'm traumatized to this point. And I'm not talking about just traumatized with like just life. I'm talking about traumatized with like the decisions I was making. That's why I was all over the place. Cause sometimes I would sit there and be like, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
ask myself, asking
Yeah.
him. You're
Right.
not knowing he can't talk back. Like, what would you do? Where would you have guided me? Like, am I making the right decision? Am I making the right choice? That's why I'm talking around and in you sometimes.
Yeah.
And guys, for keep me in the right path. And like I said, I appreciate y'all, and I thank you for sharing that. Cause I wanted to ask you also because you went through some times. I mean, we had some
Yeah, man.
conversations where you were telling me, 3 kids, going through what you went through in high school. So let me ask you, how did you get to end up being where you were at, deal like for the state, and also let me ask you, Andy, what made you? Because I remember when you retired, I'm like, listen, you could do this, you could do this. I was trying to tell you what you could do.
Yeah.
What made you end up doing podcasts? Like, what made you end up doing it after you retired? What gave you
So
the
the
thought?
interviewer is the interviewee.
Yes,
Okay.
I want to know too. I want to know too. They want to know. I want to know.
Oh, the people. Okay.
It
So
ain't always
what
about
made
me or anyone.
um I think it was just like I was a tough growing up. Like I said, I was definitely forced into adulthood. Was I ready for kids and marriage and all of that? No. Would I
Right.
recommend it to people who are not ready? No. If you are
Right.
not ready and you have doubts, don't don't do what you
Mm.
feel like you're hesitant to do.
Right.
I really wish I would have given myself time to
Mm.
grow into me,
Yes.
to give yourself some type of identity. You know what I mean? Do you
Yes.
really know who you are? You really don't
Mm.
know who you are at 21
You
or
still don't when you're 30,
you
31.
you don't. I really feel like some light bulb moment happens at 37, 35, over
Wow.
35. Some light bulbs happen. I think there's an
Wow.
awakening. I don't know if you
Mm.
really come into like your full adulthood, but I feel
Right.
like at 35, like you're really hitting your stride
Wow.
of life,
Yeah.
of knowing what I want. I know what a career I want. I know what type of family I want. I know what I
Yeah.
want to do. I know where I want to live. Like
Right.
when you start families early, you're kind of like stuck into your city, your county,
Mm.
your state. I
Yeah.
you haven't been to college. Like I didn't get the opportunity to go on
Wow. See,
campus.
I don't know this. That's why I'm asking.
No,
See? Yeah.
no.
Wow.
We was
Wow.
home. I was already with a kid,
Mm.
graduated pregnant. So no, I didn't have like college opportunities. So that's why I feel like you people should wait. I mean, if you have your kid, God bless them. Even for the people who have families and they
Right.
let the kid, the person still go to college, I think that's
Right.
amazing.
Yes. Yes.
They'll be like, okay, well, we'll help you with the grandkid, and then you can still go experience some of that. Yes, people make mistakes or
Absolutely.
happenstances or whatever the case is, and the baby is here. But still, if people are have supportive families, I think
Yes.
that's beautiful that that happens.
Well, Catherine.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of life happened to me
Yeah.
early.
And how'd
You
you
know,
how did you go about handling that? Like when you were in that moment, what were you thinking? Like, I got a kid, I'm home, I ain't going to college. What am I going to do with myself? What were you thinking? How am I going to
oh
get it?
man, it was probably disappointment because I'm going to miss.
Wow.
Well, what happened was a different world was on TV. And I wanted to experience a different world.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah,
That's dope. Yeah,
because
that's
here are all
real.
of these black people going to college and
Wow.
Jaleesa and
Wow.
Whitley and Dwayne and all of them and Kim.
Wow.
And they're all in
Yeah.
college and they knocking down the doors and it's fraternities and sororities and
Mm.
they stepping. And I'm like, dang, I'm gonna miss all of that.
I feel
Gotta
like
go to
I
work.
experienced that either. I've sometimes,
Yeah.
wow, I feel like sometimes I missed out because I came back to be with my mom because that was more
Right.
important to me, you know. And then I did dual. I went to Rutgers and I did like one class on campus. I did online a lot,
Hmm.
but like I'm glad you said that because there's people out there that still feel like they missed out. So there are people out there that feel like they missed out on whether it was that or anything. What would you say to them?
My advice would be to I'm still going to go to a college on campus.
Mm.
I am not going to miss it.
Yes, yes.
I'm telling you, I am 50. I'll be 52 in November.
Yeah.
I am going to the Dell State University. Sent me an admission paper, and they said like they're missing one piece of paper. I have to get it for them. I am going to go. It's
Mm.
on my bucket list. I've had a
Yes.
few things on my bucket list that I have accomplished. I went to
Scratch it
South
off.
Africa, and I am going to sit in a class at a historically black college and university. So that is on my
Mm.
bucket list. I'm going to complete it. If I take one class and it's basket weaving, I don't care.
But that's you. It's on your list to do
But
it.
it's on my list to do it.
Let's
And
let's,
because
let's give you a clap for that. Cause
yeah,
listen,
thank
I
you.
love that. I love that because I tell people all the time.
Thank
I
you.
tell
Thank
people
you.
all the
Thank you.
time.
Applauso. Applauso.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
great. Because
Thank
people need to
you.
know. People need to know. Like you don't gotta
Life isn't
always
over.
set. Yes, you don't gotta always set goals so big. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I tell people all the time. One of my goals recently. This was last week. It may sound like to other people like it's not important, but one of my goals last week was to hold the door for 10 people that week. Just hold the door. And I
That's
did it every
nice.
day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because and the reason why I thought is because like if I go to Wawa and I hold the door for people, I can see the reaction, and I see sometimes that people are gloomy, and then it makes their day.
To
So
pay it forward, right? People pay
yes,
it forward. Yeah.
and I love the fact you did that. Like you're like I'm going to do one class. I'm going to do one class just because I can say I did it.
Yes.
This is one of the things that I'm gonna get back, and I'm gonna let you get back to
You gonna let me finish?
yes, real quick. So at the group home, I told myself that day I made a
Hmm.
goal on my bucket list. I said I want to do 1,000 push-ups in one day. I
Whoa.
did 1,000 push-ups at that group home that day.
Wow.
Yes, in 6 hours I did 1,000 push-ups,
That's
and I can
amazing.
say I did that. That's my own gratification. Not saying that I'm bragging about it, but internally I'm like, I did that. You know what I mean? And that was hard. Like, I was just
Yeah.
tracking it 50, 37, 28. Mind you, I'm still working. So, I had to make sure, the kids were
The
doing this
kids
for me.
ain't running.
So I'm like, yo, get down and do 20 with me. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, like, yeah. But I'm really, really, really proud of you, Auntie, for, having the
Thank you.
show.
I'm proud
Thank you
of
for
you.
having me. There's a lot of people I told that I was going to be on here that want to come on the show. And they're
Yeah.
like,
We're
yeah,
networking, right? Isn't that what you just
yes,
said? We're
yes.
networking.
And I told him, I said, yo, whatever you feel you can express, tell me. I'll tell my auntie or like add her, and she'll get you on her. Because I
Yeah.
told her, like the show's popping. It's fire right now. It's growing.
Yeah. It's
It's
where it's
growing
at.
and
It's where
glowing.
we at on
It's
Thursdays.
growing and glowing. And
Yeah.
it's
Thank
only gonna
you.
get better. And people
Yeah.
need this.
Glory to
People need this
God.
because people need to hear what other people are going through and need some clarity, and some guidance, to keep moving forward and keep pressing forward.
Yeah.
What's going on, Shamika? Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
Shamika said, thank you for your testimony. She said it was very helpful to her as someone who has lost a parent due to cancer. She said she's
Wow.
definitely motivated and inspired by your journey. And that is like literally the
Yeah, Shamika.
whole substance of Beyond the Surface with Sharon. Like we are here, I am here to, with my guests, to empower and encourage, enlighten and inform. Like we want to encourage people that there are other people out here who actually go through the same thing that you go through. Yes, impact. Yes,
Yes.
because we are the same people. We're just on different roads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are literally, everyone goes through something similar. We have a similar story, and we just want to share and give,
Mhm.
advice and comfort and words of wisdom to other people so that way they know. Like if you and I made it, baby,
Yes.
huh?
Yes. Your story. That's why I asked you because
Listen,
it's not always about. Not saying it's about me, but the show's about us and other people.
yeah,
I wanted to, for my own sake, I wanted to hear also because I know that part, that small part. I didn't know if you went to college or not. I know you worked for the state. You retired. I know you met my uncle Ron.
yeah.
So I don't remember how you met him, but I mean,
The streets of Atlantic City, baby. I was walking, doing my
get
little
into that.
thing.
Hey, you want to
I'm
get
just
into
joking.
that?
I'm just joking.
You want to
I
get
was
into
going to
that?
church.
You met him at the Lord's
Huh?
house. The
And
Lord.
then
How? All right. So you want to break it down real quick, like how it happened, like how you
who
guys met?
us? Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Just real quick. Give him a little
So
background
the
because some
the
people might be
speed
looking for the
version.
significant other.
I'll give y'all
Yeah.
the speed dating version. So we were I was on my way to church with my sister going to see John Howard and the End Time Levites, honey. It's
Ooh.
her kid's dad. Ended up being her kid's dad. So
Mhm.
God, I done told her business. So anyway, this is how me and Steve talk though.
You can check that off.
we'll
Okay.
we'll take that out. Never land. So so me and Didi are walking into the church house, and then I hear this person say, "Hey, Bethany." So at this point, I'm a single. I don't know if I'm single. I'm separated. I'm separated. So they're like, "Hey, Bethany, I'm at a new church. Hey, Bethany." So I just started going to Bethany. So I'm like, "Ooh, Atlantic City. Who knows me down here?" I don't see nobody else go to Bethany but me. He could
Right.
have been talking to anybody. So I'm like, turn around. I was like, "Who me?
Get her.
Who me?
Get
Got him.
her up.
Got him."
Get her.
So so he comes over. He is over there. I don't want to say babysitting. He was doing security for a
Mhm.
parking lot. It might
Yes.
have been Trump's parking lot. He was
Mhm.
doing security for Trump's parking lot. So he comes over. We're at what's the guy's name? Church. We're at Bishop Lyles's church. Batutas are over here. We're at Bishop Lyles's church. So he's in there talking to me. We see all these people. So we know all these mutual people
Right.
back and
Right.
forth. And I'm like, hey, I know this person. He's like, hey, I know them too. How you know them and you don't know me? I don't know you,
Mhm.
dude. Back and forth. Don't never,
Yeah.
never seen you. Back and forth, same people. He was like, okay, so how can I stay in contact with you? I think I literally missed the service and talked to him for an hour and a half. It's long.
Wow.
He got a lot of words to use. So
Yeah.
he was trying to get the digits. So I said, he trying to come over here. So I said, well, I'm not going to give you my phone number because I have 3 kids and I don't know if that's safe. Because, at
Wow.
this point, I'm at jail.
Right.
No,
Right.
sir, it's a no. So I gave him my
Oh, you know what time it is, though.
not him
Yeah.
popping on.
Yeah.
So I gave him my email address. Is that
Uh-huh.
correct? Right? I gave him my email address. And so we emailed each other. So we met
From
on
the email.
7/7. He did put himself in. Y'all. So this is what happens at the house. So 7/7/07 is when we officially met. I think he was dating somebody at that point, maybe kind of sort of whatever the case is. I'm cracking up too because he never comes on, and I knew he was going to come on with Steve. We got engaged.
Love you.
We
I love
started
you.
dating almost like a year later.
Mhm.
He had a little girlfriend situation or whatever the case was. And then we got engaged January. So we were friends for like a year. So what? That's a different story. I ain't even gonna go that long, but we got married on 7/7/09. So literally like 2 years to the day is our marriage day. So our wedding day. So yeah, he put himself in. So you have anything to add? That you done bombarded?
Yeah. You met your queen.
Yeah. And we got married on a Tuesday. So we definitely, so if you are out here and you want to get married on whatever day you want to get married on, people gonna come, whatever day you say it is. We got married on a Tuesday, sent the text message. Hey y'all, we're getting married on Tuesday. If you want to come. If you can't make it, God bless. All right. Y'all have a good day. Oh, he is blushing. I know he
That's
do.
crazy. That's
He
right.
is. Yes. Do it on the mat. Listen, my daughter followed my footsteps. She sent me a text message, getting married. And I'm like, say what now? Getting married. See you there. She sent it on April Fool's though. So I did not believe her
Wow.
at all. I was like, Chaz, April Fools. Who sends a text message talking about they get married on April Fools? Girl, bye. Yep.
Right.
She was
Right.
like, be there or
Or don't be
or
there if you
don't.
quit.
And then a couple days, I was like, okay, so April Fool's is over. So what's going on? She was like, oh yeah, we're still on in a couple days. I'm like, oh, you were serious? Yeah, a week. Woo.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And
that's
now look,
we're definitely the
now look,
same.
you got a show. And you
Yes.
doing your thing. Y'all
And we are
happily
here.
married. And here I
Yeah.
am. Just became a pro officer for the state. Business booming. You doing your thing.
You're doing your thing.
Ah.
I am so.
Yeah.
So wait, what's on your arm? What does this say? Relentless? Now, what does that
Yes.
mean? The other one.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh Lord have mercy. I got so
what's that for?
this is my most recent tattoo. It's funny you
Mhm.
asked that. Relentless means I'm gonna go after whatever I want in life, and can nobody stop me?
I
Can
love that.
nobody stop me from getting what I want? If
Yeah.
I feel like if I put my mind to it, I can do it. It might take 6 months. It might take a year. It might take
Hmm.
6 years. It might take 15 years. But I can say I got there and I did it, and can nobody take that from me? Just
I
like you
love
with your
that.
class.
I
Can
love
nobody
that.
say you didn't attend that? You know what I mean? So I tend to get tattoos when I'm going through certain things. Funny, I'm getting a tattoo this Sunday, actually.
Are you?
Yes. And it
Okay.
won't be on this arm. It'll be right here. So
And I love like I have mine too when I'm going through things. So I have Jeremiah
mm,
29:11.
what
So
is that?
that's the God knows the plans that He has for you, plans of a future and of hope and expected in. So I got that when I was going through, and I got it
Wow.
here because I was not in a good space. So I would always have it here so I could rub it. So that way I know
Wow.
I'm close to the Lord and I know He's going to give me an expected end and a great future.
I
So
like that quote
oh, there
too.
it goes. It's up here. Here it goes. Plans.
I might get that on me. I like that.
Hey, listen,
Seriously.
it's so beautiful. Like it gives me hope that the
Mm.
plan is to prosper me and not to harm me. Yeah. Jeremiah 29:11. If y'all have
I
y'all
like that.
favorite verses, put y'all favorite verses
Yes,
in
please
the
do.
comments. Please
So
do.
my
Because Steve is
favorite,
looking for a new tattoo.
I am, and so this one right here. No, this one, Matthew chapter 5. You can't see it.
I
Verse
can see it.
4. So what it mean? I got this legit probably like 2 years after my dad died, and what it means is Matthew chapter 5 verse 4 is the mourning shall be blessed.
Mm,
So everybody who's mourning, going through stuff, I just felt like I needed that to keep
hmm.
going. Like, and I look at it sometimes, and I'll be like, okay, like the mourning shall be blessed. Like all the people that are grieving, going through pain and
Yeah.
suffering and hard times, know your blessing is coming. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Whether it be someone dying, whether it be you failed the biggest test ever, and now you got to wait a year. You know what I mean? You're mourning, you're going through stuff, you're experiencing,
That they shall
depression.
be blessed.
Yes, just
Yeah.
know that like God has a plan, and it's gonna work out. As long as you don't quit,
Right.
then it is gonna work out.
And even if you do quit,
Mm,
right? Because here comes grace. Even
yes,
if you do quit,
even
it's
grace.
still okay because grace is going to give you some leeway to say, you know what? I'm having a rough time right now. I've
Mm,
quit a few times. I'm having a rough time right now. And you know what? Let
yes,
me take a break. Let me commune with God, get myself back together. Let me,
yes,
you know what I mean? Because sometimes we lose focus on
yeah,
God and we have to
absolutely.
like definitely, hone in on him and tune in with him. And then he will give us like some balance of, okay, you're good now. Now you could get back out
Yes,
there and complete it. Because sometimes, like you said, your mind isn't together
mm,
where you can really
yeah,
focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Like you can get
like
distracted.
that. Yes,
So, do you have some advice? We have like a couple minutes. If you guys have questions in the comments, if you have a question for Steve or a comment for Steve that you
yes.
would like
360.
read, you guys are putting your
I love
scriptures.
that.
Thank you
I
so much.
love that.
Thank you
I'm gonna
guys
need.
for putting
I'm
your
gonna need all
scriptures.
that.
If you guys have any comments or something you want to mention to Steve, we have about 10 minutes left
Yeah.
in our show. Steve, do you have any advice
Hmm.
for like entrepreneurs or people who have like you are like the pivot king. You have pivoted in life, in education, you have pivoted in work, in your career. Do you have advice? Do you have advice for people who are watching, our viewers, our
Yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
for
Just
them?
like in general, like life or entrepreneurship, like you want me to just give
Yeah,
them
in life
whatever.
in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
in both of them. If you could give
Okay.
me like a little quick something.
So with entrepreneurship, the advice I have for entrepreneurship is don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out
Hmm.
because there's people out there that are wanting to help. Like, believe it or not, there's people out there that want to help and spend their money and help you,
They're
help
waiting for
yourself.
you.
Yes, they're legit people out there, and I'm keeping it 100 that have millions of dollars, $100,000, and don't have no reason to spend it or
Yeah.
nothing to spend it on. They're looking for a reason to spend it. Be that reason that they can use their money and help them help you. You know what
Come
I
on,
mean?
Jesus.
Yes,
Be the
great.
reason that they can use their money to help them help you. Did y'all
Yes,
pick that up what he put down?
yes,
Be the
yes.
reason.
Be the reason
Hello.
that they want to spend $100,000 on you,
Yes.
and then you're helping them because they need you, and at the same time you need them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like be
Amen.
that reason. Be that
Mm-hmm.
reason. Always, and I love this. Stay true to yourself.
Yes.
Never change for nobody. Don't ever change what you do because what you go through. Don't ever
Right.
change how you act or how you are around people because certain people are around. Remain true to yourself.
Yeah.
People see that and people go off of that. You know what I mean? Also, always conduct yourself as if people are watching. I've
Yes.
I've learned
Absolutely.
that. I've
Yep.
learned that not the hard way, but I've learned that by talking to people and just by, going through everyday life. People are always watching,
Yeah. Observing.
Yes, whether it be media, whether it be in
Mm-hmm.
person, people are always watching. So conduct yourself as if you were always, people are always looking at you, whether you're
Yeah.
behind closed doors or in public. But people that want to start businesses, I would say start it. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate because procrastination is the killer of all dreams.
That is
You'll
true.
you'll end up waiting. I'll get to it. It'll be a week turn to a month turn to a year turn to,
Mhm.
and now you 2 years went by, you still haven't started on the business you wanted to start on.
Because
And the,
your gifts will make room for you. You have,
yes, I love that.
and people have so many gifts in them. And that's why I'm so glad I have this platform, because I have so many people that I know personally that
Yes.
are gifted that do not listen to me preaching. Come on, it's the pot and kettle right
Woo!
here. Pot kettle.
Talk
This is
about it.
me. But
Talk
I'm
about
here
it.
now, so I have stepped out. So I can
Yes.
pot kettle my people
Yeah, you a little bit.
a
Yeah.
little bit.
Go ahead, Auntie.
But it's so many people that have gifts in them that they are not using. And I am here on this platform to give you a reason, give you encouragement, give you impact that you can do it. If I can do it,
Yes.
me, because my husband is the talker. I'm normally not, but I could chit chat you up, which is what
Yeah.
we're doing.
You're right.
But
Yes.
people have so many gifts in them that the world literally needs.
To see. Yes.
Yeah,
And I tell people all the time, you don't know like what your gift is because you're not looking for it. And when they ask me, well, what do you mean I'm not looking for it? I tell them because you're not doing enough. And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm probably not doing enough. I feel like, how you can see a gift in somebody and that hurts me more than anything. I'm like, yo, you can do so much, but you just keep playing. You keep procrastinating.
And like I said, you see it in other people. Other people will see your
Yes.
gifts in you and believe
Yes.
them.
Yes.
That's what I would say. Believe when people
Yes.
tell you
Cause
they see something in you, because they'll people will see it before you see it.
mm-hmm. Yes, they
Yeah,
will. And like I said, like when it comes to entrepreneurship, all that and just, bring people with you. You can't do it yourself. And
right,
people that are wanting to take that leap forward might be looking at you. You might be that person that they're waiting on to make the first step. So
right,
always understand, like, it's not about you. I always tell people, Auntie, I always say to people, it's bigger than you. You know what I
correct.
mean? No matter what I
Yeah.
do, it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? There's people out
Mm-hmm.
there that could be waiting on me to sit here and make a move and work out, whether it be get off the couch at the gym, whether
Right.
it be take that step. And they're like, yo, I've been procrastinating for 2 years. I've been watching Steve do his thing for 2 years. Now it's my turn. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Yes.
So now, and to go off the other topic you were saying, when it comes to just life in general, just know that, like you were saying, everybody's path and journey is different, but
Yeah.
ultimately we all have to make that decision on what we want to do. My dad, he passed away of cancer when I was 15. You were pregnant in high school. Someone might have lost their parent to an accident. We all go through grief and trauma, and trial and tribulations, but at the end of the day, like, how are we going to go about it?
Yeah.
That's
How you
what
gonna
molds
operate?
us, like you were saying, to be resilient. And that's why your show
Yeah.
is Grief and Resilience, because with them two combined, if you know how to like balance both of them, I feel like you can't be stopped.
You can't be stopped. And like I said, we encourage counseling, because that helps with your
Yes,
grief
absolutely.
and your resilience. And if
Yes.
anyone needs more encouragement to go, I encourage you to go watch episode 1, honey, because Reverend
Yes.
Nikki got
Get
us
on these
together with
shows.
purpose and faith and goals. If you need some encouragement to step out on faith and go for your thing and go see whatever your purpose is and figure that out, episode one is where you want to go. Reverend Nikki Walker will bless
Yes.
your socks.
Yes.
Steve, so
Yes.
Kiki is,
Hey,
you want to
hey.
tell the people who Kiki is?
Yeah, Kiki was my dad. That's the name they gave him. He's a
Yeah.
monster playing ball growing up. Um, he had a dry sense of humor, but if you know, you know. The people know.
Hmm.
He was caring, loving. From what I know, I wish I could learn more about him because I didn't know much. But I mean, hearing y'all stories like you,
Yeah.
I seen you comment, Uncle Josh, other people, I can get an idea who he really was and how he was. So
Yeah.
I
And the man,
appreciate you.
the excellent man
Yes, and
that
I
he
and I
was.
and I
Yeah.
have always people reminding me how I remind them of him, so I can kind of be like, okay, if I remind them of him,
Yeah.
I can see like how he was. You know what I mean?
You might
So
not have the body up
at
here,
all, at
this
all.
because this is Jordan,
That's Jordan
but
all the way.
you got the
Yeah,
shoulders and the arms.
but I ain't done yet. I got
I thought you was about to take your shirt off.
Uncle Ron, be quiet. I hear you back there. I'm like, man, listen.
Not just finna lift your shirt up. Anywho, listen,
Yeah.
guys,
Yes.
audience who are watching, ladies and gentlemen, Steve is a trainer. He has his shirt on. So if you would like to go um and train with him, he is available. Now he
Yeah.
gave y'all his price, but
Yeah.
um we didn't talk about this, but there could be a 1% family viewer discount.
Yep. Hey, listen. I tell people,
Tell him
Auntie.
beyond the surface what Aunt Sharon
Yeah.
sent you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sharon sent you, and I always tell people, and this is true. I work with people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's my starting price.
Oh, I love
Cause
that.
other people, like at the clients I'll get, they'll say, they'll be out here training charging 75, 80 an hour, and that's hard to afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the way the
An
world is
hour. My
now.
God.
So I got to the point of being 60 because I had my clients telling me I need to raise the price. I didn't want to
Mm.
raise it.
Come
I
on,
was stuck
Jesus.
on 35 for a while because I'm like, I don't want to, I said I want people
That's
to,
what I'm saying. Do y'all see the greatness that
yes,
people, his clients, seen in him that said you are not charging enough for your service? You
yeah,
have to charge more.
yes, Auntie.
My God.
The,
Huh?
the nothing but God. And when they told me that, I did it, and I still have people coming to this very day. People messaging me, DMing me, inquiring about the pricing,
Yeah.
training, what they should do. Um, I just started training Shamika. That's the one that was coming
Oh,
earlier. Thanks for
nice.
doing
Okay.
Shamika. And like I explained to everybody, it's not about the money to me. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I want you to, like I told you, I feel like my person is planners to help people. I
Yeah.
still got to get mines. I'm not gonna like lower it to the price where it's not. What I mean, I'm
You're not
past.
making anything.
Yeah, but at the same time, I want you to feel good, feel comfortable about yourself, because that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's bigger than $60 an hour. You know what I mean? If I can if I can train you and promote you, train me. If I can promote me training you,
Mm-hmm.
me post one video of training like that person,
Yeah. It could
20
bring
people
in
might see
20
it.
more people.
That
Right.
might be like,
Yes.
yo, here, take it off the rip, take 60 off the
Right.
rip. So it's
Yeah.
bigger than just
That's
one
beautiful.
session. So I'm always looking at the bigger picture. It's not
And
about
what's your
one person.
I love
Yes.
that. And like Mondale said, it's a blessing to bless others. It is a
Yes.
blessing to bless others.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. That's what you've been doing like your entire career. You have went over to, the CA when you were over there and you were blessing those kids and you were blessing the
Yes.
teachers and you were imparting to them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to give your social media handles where people can follow you?
Yes. So my Instagram is Living Legacy because that's what I am.
Hey,
Um,
come on, Jesus.
yeah, that's right. Praise him. Living L, and it'll be a three instead of an E. So it's Living Legacy, but the only difference is the E is a three in Legacy. My
Hmm.
Facebook is my name, Steve Aikens Jr. And I have the Square app if you want to like log on there and click that and schedule a training session. But that is
Nice.
only for virtual training because I can't do right now in person work and in virtual. So like this the Score app is just for virtual training. I do virtual training with people across the world. I've trained people
You said the
virtually.
world, Steve. What?
Honestly, the
Huh?
world, the
You said
world,
the world.
the world,
Do y'all see the
the world,
trajectory
the
of what
world.
has happened?
I'm talking about, and
Come
I
on,
didn't
step
mention
out
it.
on faith.
Yes, I didn't mention this. There's a company in California I worked for that helped me. I worked for them, and then I ended up doing my own thing. So some of their clients came with me. So I've
Wow.
trained people from California, New York, Italy.
Wow.
Virtually, yeah. So their time be jacking me up because it might be 8 o'clock over
3
here.
o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
3
I'm
a.m.
like, listen, but I go get it. I'm a hustler. I go get
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, I'll wake up at 5 in the morning to train you 8 in the morning at your time. I'll be hurting. I'll be like, "Ugh." What I mean? Look, like but it's all for the benefit of more
It's your
exposure.
brand. It's your business. And it's
Yes,
what you prayed for. You know what I mean?
yes,
So if it's what you prayed for,
yes.
you
That's it,
definitely
Jessica. Yep.
have to do it. Operate in it. And you are operating in your gifts. I love you so much.
I love
I
you,
thank
Auntie.
you. I thank you for coming
Yes,
on. I appreciate you being Appreciate you being here. God is so amazing. God has definitely showed himself strong in your
Yes.
life. You have such an amazing testimony. I thank y'all for tuning in and staying
Yes.
on
Thank
just
everybody
to
for
listen,
coming.
just to listen to Steve's testimony because
Yours too.
he,
Yours helped somebody too. We needed that.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hmm. You're welcome.
Um, so like I said before, I have my affirmations. So I have my affirmations that I read to keep people going because I love affirmations. They have helped
Yes.
me during my darkest times. So I love people who I love to impart and give something for people to remember. So I have one
Yes.
affirmation says, I have proven again, and it deals
Mm.
with resiliency. I have proven again and again that I am strong and capable of more than I realize. That
Woo.
so goes with this show. I have proven again that I am more and stronger and more capable of anything that I realize.
Yes.
I love that. I
Yes.
love that. I also have
Great.
another one to share with my folks. It says, I give myself permission to do what is right for me. That goes with your story because you
Yes.
followed your right. Come on, you followed your own path. I give myself permission to do what is right for me, to take time for myself, and to put energy into things that matter to me.
Yes.
And
Look,
that is what you look. I didn't even
love
know
it.
we was going to talk about this. Look at
Love
God.
it.
God
Look
throw
at
some
God.
confirmation in here for us. So it has been an absolute pleasure.
Yes. Thank
Now
you, Auntie.
I need y'all to know I did train with Steve once. And he is a little tough in person. Now how he do on virtual, I ain't seen virtual Steve, but Steve is definitely he gonna get you. Y'all have to
Yeah.
go look at his page. Go look at his
Yes.
page and see his transformations. Like those ladies and men got
Yes.
abs. They put them thighs came in, that
That's
butt
right.
sitting
Mm.
up.
Oop, there you go.
That's what that thing, girl. That
Yeah,
thing was
there you
up.
go.
I know. So
Yeah.
I see you ladies, and they all look amazing, and they follow your course. So
Yes.
yeah. So if you guys are looking for a trainer, Steve is here.
Yes.
Congratulations, Steve, on all of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
super proud of you. Super
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Proud of you too.
Thank you. So join us next week. So next week our show is on Friday
Mm.
because on Thursday we are going to see the Eagles. The Eagles
Woo!
train. Ooh, ooh, Eagles. Eagles. So August 1st, everybody knows that the right, woo, Bird Gang. That we are going. They have opening. What is it called? Open practice. So we are going August 1st over there. We're going to take the grandkids and everybody's going over there. What else is happening? So yes, go Eagles. Throw some Eagles in the comments. If anybody, so I am looking for educational. I'm looking for professionals for school. So
Mm,
I do have a school social worker that's going to
mm.
come on 8/8. But I am looking for like a principal. We got some principals. Do I have some school counselors, some high school
Ooh,
counselors,
okay.
elementary school counselors, those type of things? Teachers I am looking for. So if you are that, can you inbox me because we want to prepare the kids for next month. We want to do some educational things so we can prepare the kids and the parents
Mm,
with some tools to go forward into the new school year so they can be equipped,
yeah.
honey, to know what
Right.
they're looking for. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Steve, we love the kids,
Absolutely. They're the
right?
future, just like we was. The future.
Yes, right. So yes, I would love to have some teachers, some professionals on so we can encourage and empower our parents so that way they'll know what they can do, what they can't do, what's good for the kids,
Yeah.
what what's available to them in school, that type of
Right.
thing. So I thank you all for watching. Thank
Yes.
y'all for
Thank
watching.
everybody for watching,
I
staying up.
appreciate you guys staying here for how long? My God. But me and Steve will talk for a while.
You ain't
But
lying.
we'll
Ain't
still be
lying.
talking when y'all leave. But
Yeah. Right.
all glory goes to God for all the wonderful things He has done in our lives. I thank y'all for watching.
Yes.
As always, my feet are planted and my head is lifted to the sky. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all riding with me.
Yeah.
through my blessing, my dreams, and my realities. So
That's
I
right.
appreciate y'all. I will see y'all Friday. We'll be here Friday. Either you can watch it live or you can watch it live.
Right.
You
That's
can watch
right.
it live or you can watch it live. So
There you
I
go.
appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all next week, next Friday. So peace. Thank you all for watching.